the moment of truth. See if they're open. We've had 50% success so far. Thumbs up, thumbs down?
Yeah, open.
Oh, all right.
Good morning, part 2 of the wilderness adventure in Yosemite National Forest. So if you're just joining us, we're on day 3 of a 50-mile loop in Yosemite National Forest called the Grand or High Sierra Loop. It's been absolutely incredible so far. The most beautiful backpacking I've ever done in my life. And I'm super excited to get into the next 2 days. We got the final 25 miles. Waking up, crisp 35 degrees here. We are at Vogelsenk High Sierra Camp at about 10,000 feet. And Michael's up, which means he's probably getting the food for us. So at these High Sierra camps, so you have to use bear canisters at Yosemite, but at these camps, first off, gorgeous. Look at this. It's about 7 a.m., but at these camps, they have bear lockers, so we're just using those. And we should get a nice little sunrise coming up over there. But yeah, I forget which one are we even in. There's a ton of them here. And you notice how they lock some of them? I know, I saw that. I was like, you gotta be kidding me if they lock them all.
Yeah, that would be, I think.
Take a guess.
I think we went this one.
That one? I don't even remember. Nice. Yep. So the setup I'm using on this trip is the fairly similar one to Colorado. I've got the Altiplex and then the Tensor pad, which you also have.
Yep.
And I swapped out a 40-degree quilt for a 20-degree, I swapped out a 40-degree quilt for a 20-degree quilt, and that ended up being a life-saving decision because the temps out here have been in the mid to low 30s. And then I have the, which has been a really good pack, the Light AF pack. And my weight for this trip has been about, like fully loaded was about 26 pounds, and you know, we're halfway through, so it's down below that. And the pack has handled well, especially after doing 19 miles. And you got the Arc Haul. Has that been working?
Yeah, it's been working.
Yeah?
It's pretty good.
And then the Tensor, and then you have a 20-degree quilt.
Yep.
Then the REI Flash Air 2. That's a nice tent. I'm jealous of the 2-person roominess.
It's quite roomy.
Yes. So for breakfast all week, I am trying the Peak Refuel biscuits and gravy, which so far are pretty good, very buttery, different than the Mountain House, and they have like chunks. You can see like chunks of real biscuits, and it's kind of weird. What are you eating?
I think I might go with the scrambled eggs.
Oh, nice. What's that? What brand is that? Oh, they just have the new packaging.
Yeah,
nice.
Pro Pack, I guess.
Very nice. And then last night, very crafty, took the Doritos bag and I made a little rehydrating koozie out of it, and it works very well. The biggest difference between the Mountain House biscuits and gravy and the Peak Refuel biscuits and gravy is this right here. Look at that. They just freeze dried an entire biscuit. And it's really buttery, so it's kind of good. And so basically one package of this is 1,200 calories from Peak Refuel, and so I split it up between 3 days. So I'm not gonna go too much into the details of this trip. Check out the first video, but really high level. It's a 45-mile. We're gonna tag on some extra to it, so 50-mile loop, and they call it the High Sierra Loop in Yosemite, and there's 4 or 5 campgrounds that they normally have running. They have like canvas tents and like super luxurious stuff. Because of COVID, they're not doing that. So the backpackers have these camps all to ourselves, which is awesome. So we were at Vogelsenk Camp right now. We stayed at Sunrise Camp the night before, and then tonight we're going to a camp called Glen, which I think is one of like the most popular ones. So today we've got 14 miles all downhill. Yesterday, as you'll see in the other video, was the second hardest day of backpacking ever in my life. 19 and a half miles, 4,100 feet of climbing, but the most beautiful I've ever done. I mean, view after view after view of these like gorgeous valleys and granite mountains, and it's truly spectacular here, and it's easily the most beautiful place I've ever backpacked. And it's just nothing short of incredible. Cheers. There's a good shot of camp. Just kind of nestled in these trees, and we're just waiting for the sun to come up over there, and then we'll be cooking. So before the trip started, Michael packed 4 PB&Js, and
down to 2.
So on day 3, they actually, I feel like they saturate to like a maximal point and then stop.
Yeah, it's really not that bad. Not much different.
This will be good.
Yeah.
I wonder if you have any mold on them. Hey, just cut that off. We are right here at Vogelstein Camp, and the whole loop basically traces back like this, all the way up here, all the way to sunrise where we stayed the first night, and all the way up to May Lake right here. That's where we started. So come down here, come to sunrise, on the JMT for a little bit, come down. We had lunch here at Merced Lake, and then we're at Vogelsang now. And then I'll put a link to the all trails so you don't have to deal with my paper map nonsense here. Anyway, we're here right now, and we gotta get up to here. That's where we're camping. So we'll probably have lunch right around here, and we're gonna get on the PCT here for a little bit. That's what this big red thing is. So this is the JMT, and then here's the PCT right here. So whole loop, and then we'll finish, we'll wake up here tomorrow, and then bring it on down to where we started. So that's kind of the whole loop, just like that. And yeah, check out the all trails for the actual, like, not me pointing a finger in the bush. This is the trail this morning. It's super soft, almost a little sandy. And another thing about this trail is there aren't any blazes. So there are signposts at like all the major intersections. Like you can see we're at one right there. But there's no blazes, so you just have to kind of follow it. Although it's pretty easy to follow. Oh, this is gorgeous. So we are just making our way through this kind of open meadow area. And it's just gorgeous. I mean, every view here has just been perfect. And like I always say, you gotta stop and look back sometime. Wow, beautiful. So we came down, we're about 1.5 miles down. We came down from up there, just making our way down this trail. I will take this trail all day. Just super soft, wide, gorgeous views, looking down deeper into Yosemite Valley. Well, into a Yosemite Valley, not the Yosemite Valley.
but just beautiful. There's Michael waiting for me. He knows the deal though. You gotta get the shot. So we are making our way down to Glen. We got our first permit check, and that is when we found out that we've broken multiple regulations. First, and I will say, when we got our permit, we told the ranger our entire plan. So first, apparently, we were supposed to camp somewhere differently on our first night. Not stated anywhere. That's a minor regulation, breakage. Second, bear spray is illegal here. So they were pretty cool. They're like, just put it in your packs. They said normally they confiscate it, but they were actually really nice. A group of 3 volunteer rangers. So yeah, wish I would have known that. Would have saved a pound there. But yeah, it was a good insight. There was a group of 3 of them hiked up, checked our permits, and we talked. And they were all really nice. But yeah, didn't know about that. So luckily, hey, it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. All right, we are taking a quick water break here. Another thing, I've been pronouncing it Tulum Meadows. It's Tuolumne, like Yosemite. So we've gotten schooled all sorts of ways from those rangers. Camped in the wrong place the first night, illegally carrying bear spray, pronouncing everything wrong. So that's all right. It's our first time here. They were cool about it. We've hit our lunch spot down in the, is this the Tuolumne River or Tuolumne Creek or something?
Some type of creek.
Pretty good lunch spot though. So we got the chairs out. 7.3 miles in about 3 hours, all downhill. What did we lose? Like 1,500 feet?
Let's see. We're at 8,800 now.
We were at 10,000?
Yeah, 10-1.
Oh wow. Oh, nice long stop here.
Pretty nice.
You gonna soak your feet?
Not over here. It's a little muddy over here.
So I haven't really gone through the food yet on this video. So 4-day trip, so 4 days of total food. My last dinner tonight will be the nutrient food lasagna, and then for lunch I'm just doing a bunch of snacks. So beef jerky, trail mix, nuts, and then I got, you know, like some chicken and tuna packets, and the I think that's about it. So I've just been snacking. Oh, I got a ton of Cliff Bars too. God, I'm dirty though. Oh my god, gross. So we have about 6.5 miles to camp, all downhill. So probably take us about 3 hours with stops, and it's 12:30, so we're gonna kill some time here. You never want to get to camp too early. You know, I like to get into camp by like 4 or 5 at the earliest, so we'll probably get there around 4. All downhill, and that's supposed to be a pretty cool camp. There's usually like a waterfall, but I didn't realize this year they got 25% less snow than they normally get this year. So like all the creeks are running low, and we're late in the season. So like in terms of water, there's not like a ton. I mean, obviously there's enough, but we had to be like a little strategic about where we're stopping and that kind of stuff. And then also seen a ton of people fly fishing, a ton of people bringing fly fishing gear up into these little lakes. So that's another thing that would be cool here. But wrapping up lunch, 6.5 miles for the afternoon segment, rolling into camp at Glen Camp. And yeah, Yosemite. Check out the first video. I mean, it's just view after view after view. So I have high expectations going forward. Behold, the most beautiful thing, a trash can. The packs just got that much lighter. And I think we're at like some village where all the rangers stay. There's a bunch of ranger vehicles and
Ambulance?
things, and like, I don't know. I mean, they gotta stay somewhere, right? I was curious, like, how does that work? Like, do they like drive in every day? Probably not, right? Looks like more kind of meadow hiking to Glen Allen, and I'm A-okay with it. It's pretty cool. I mean, other than the fact that it's exposed, which obviously kind of sucks. And not to complain, but the sand kind of sucks too, but I guess it's better than rocks on your feet. But I'm digging this kind of biome, like mildly tree spotted, kind of just exposed little mountain meadow. And We got about 5 miles all downhill to what appears to be the most popular High Sierra camp. So we keep seeing this. I don't know if that's half dome or not. It looks like half of a dome. I don't think it is. All these domes kind of look the same. One thing that's really cool about this trail so far, so we are at this point, like right now, we're 30 miles up to 45, and no 2 miles have looked the same. You know, unlike Colorado where a lot of it kind of looks similar. I mean, we've gone from stuff like this, like really, really open kind of mountain meadows to dense forests to, you know, when we were up in those past mountain areas with the alpine lakes, it's all been like incredibly different and diverse, which is awesome. This area is very open and exposed. It's like a really pretty kind of meadow valley that we've been hiking in. And we've got about 4 miles to Glen. And fun fact, both the rangers and all the people we've talked to have said that Glen has the highest bear activity of all of these. It's like closest to the road, and there's the most people that go there, so it kind of makes sense. So we might be breaking into the contraband bear maze.
Join us for happy hour.
Yeah, maybe they'll join us for happy hour. Another little point of interest here. That's a lot of granite. Wow. And it's been a while since we just had a rock crossing, like where it's just, you can kind of see they just place like rocks along that you follow. And this is the water source. You can see how low the water levels are, but this is the water source that follows us to camp. Views just are so bad here. Well, we have arrived at Glen High Sierra Camp, and this one is awesome. Look how big this is, by the way. So you have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buildings. So normally, you know, this would be stocked with people. Campground water and toilets. Look at this, and there's a sweet waterfall. The moment of truth. See if they're open. We've had 50% success so far. Thumbs up, thumbs down?
Yeah, open.
It's kind of hard to see, but this is the campground behind the High Sierra Camp where the backpacking spots are. So they're the bear lockers, and there are just like probably 30 or 40 sites here, and more sites kind of up there. Okay, here's home. So there's probably 30 backpacking sites here, but we picked one so close to the lockers, which are kind of over there, and then the bathroom. And then what we'll do is we'll kind of set up. I'll go back there. There's a sweet water area back there. Here is the sick part about this camp is here's your water and swimming pool if you wanted to. So we're gonna post up out here, clean the feet, filter some water, hang out. Nice little beach. Pretty cool. Well, after 5 years, it finally happened. Had a good run, never knew. Can't tell you how many compliments I've gotten on the American flag darn tough socks, but we're about to do a foot reveal. These socks have not come off in over 3 days. There you have it. I guess it's not too bad, you know, solid sock line, but I've got fresh socks. I'm gonna wash my feet, and this will be glorious. Glen 5 p.m. 5 p.m. on the nose too.
Oh yeah, perfect.
The Glen waterfall happy hour is about to begin. On the last night, everything goes. Cheers. Cheers. Yep. You gotta say this. So dinner tonight. The Nutrient Foods lasagna looks pretty good, and then just because I have a bunch of packets of it left over. Oh, gonna throw in some premium white chicken. Why not? We have, what, 9 miles, right, to the car?
Yeah, roughly.
Ish. It's all uphill.
1,300 feet.
1,300 feet climbing over 9 miles, which really isn't that bad compared to some of the stuff we've done on this trip. So we think we'll probably be out of here by like 1 p.m. I don't know. We will stop at the last High Sierra camp called May Lake tomorrow. So there's Glen that we're at, and then May Lake is the next one, and we are parked at the May Lake trailhead parking lot. So like kind of a little bit more than a half day tomorrow, and we probably won't do like an official lunch stop or anything like that. What do you think so far of this loop? I mean, what are your, compared to like Tahoe, because you've done a lot of good stuff in Tahoe.
Today was pretty awesome.
Like, do you think this is better than Desolation Wilderness?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
I know. Freaking Yosemite. The nightly walk of shame over to the bear locker. And there's like 30 people at this campsite, so I'm very curious to see how crowded they are. But they reflect at least. Yeah, all right, which one are you picking? There's only 2 here. Yeah. All right, you want to pick? All right, you want to go on this one? All right, let's see here. Throw this open. Oh, it's pretty full. Oh, we got the side. We're good. End of night 3 here in the High Sierra loop in Yosemite at Glen High Sierra Camp. Pretty nice camp. Definitely the nicest of the camps we've stayed at. But a much warmer night too, which is nice because we're down about almost 1,500 feet than we were last night, so that helps a lot. Like, it's not nearly as cold, so that'll be nice. But a solid night. I mean, fantastic happy hour by the waterfall, good dinner, and looking forward to having some coffee tomorrow and then another 9-mile uphill climb to the car. But night 3 here in Yosemite, and it's time to go to bed. Good morning from the High Sierra. Man, significantly warmer last night than the other 2 nights. Probably because we're like 8,000 feet, not 10,000 feet. But pretty good night, a little windy. One thing that has kind of sucked, not to complain, is I was really hoping to get some good like star pictures, star stuff, and it's been like full moon or whatever, moonlight every night. Has been so bright and washed out all the stars, but the bright moon was also pretty cool. It's kind of like a spotlight that shines down on you. Anyway, it's like 6:45. We've got 9-mile uphill climb out of here. I need some biscuits and gravy and some coffee. Black Rifle coffee all drip. Oh yeah. And then just a little finishing of the Trader Joe's for the cream and sugar. Oh, the busted water bag survived the night. There's a hole right here. Kept it upside down. That's glorious. Breakfast for the 3rd day in a row. Peak Refuel biscuits and gravy. So you saw the other video of this trip. I've been like taste testing the difference between the Peak Refuel biscuits and gravy and the Mountain House biscuits and gravy, and they are different. So I think the Doritos koozie is gonna make its way into more of a permanent fixture, especially in the colder light loadouts when I'm not bringing the big koozie from my pan. I think I could make this even even lighter, but it works really well, surprisingly. That's breakfast?
That's breakfast.
That is a lot of oatmeal. Is that what you normally eat?
Yeah. It's a cup of oatmeal.
Okay, you're gonna be powering through those climbs. That's homemade, so what's in there? Flaxseed, protein powder?
Oatmeal, protein powder, cinnamon raisins.
That's pretty gourmet.
Living the high life.
Yeah. What flavor protein powder? That's my real question.
Vanilla ice cream.
Oh, I can smell it. Oh my God, I can smell it. That's pretty good. So this is the current water situation. So we have 3 dirty water bags between the 2 of us. All 3 are broken. Mine has a hole in the bottom, so it'll still filter when you hold it upside down. Michael's are both broken on the top, so when he wants to filter water, he's gonna have to transfer all the water from there into here. So thank God this happened on the last day. How's the water filtering been going? You seem to have it down. It's you lose some.
I think the hole's getting bigger on the bottom.
Oh God, no! You should have getting wet
right now.
Oh no! Just got to get through one more.
I know.
This light AF pack has been a champ this trip, and when I started, I had about 27 pounds with the camera. And it handled it really well. Now it's just like, I mean, final day, I'm probably down to 20 pounds, and it really does. It did a good job holding up to the elements out here, and continue to be impressed with it. And it's almost 3 years old now. Okay, the final climb. What do we have, 9 miles? 1,500 feet? And then it's to the car. All right, see you, Glen. Nothing like getting the day started with a nice little breakfast climb up a bunch of steep rocks. Well, I've been seeing them, tons of bear tracks on this trail, but you can tell, this is a little guy. Almost to the point where I'd actually kind of like to see one. They're so like common out here, but I've done, this is my 6th or 7th night. Oh, there's another one, big trek. This is my 6th or 7th night backpacking out in the Sierra Nevada, and I've never seen one, but ooh, I am seeing their tracks now. Now you can really see them. Bear, right there, bear, just cruising along this trail. The trail took a really cool turn. Now we're just kind of like hugging this cliffside. So yeah, it's like every 2 miles. It's a little hazy, but look how beautiful that is. God, I'm gonna miss this place. Well, here you have it. I think this is the final summit view before heading down to May Lake. It's a little smoky from the campfires, but what a view, man. This hike going on to May Lake has just been view after view after view after view. And it's taken me so long because I'm stopping. Well, we have arrived at May Lake, and that guy has got the right idea. I think that's a pack raft. And this is the last kind of stop on the High Sierra Camp Loop. And it is really pretty. This is definitely the biggest lake on the loop. And now we gotta find Michael. Here's the May Lake High Sierra Camp, definitely the most popular one. Great views. Easy water access, tons of people camping here. All right, I like this tradition. We weigh before and we weigh after. Okay, so you were 32, right? 31? 30?
35. Was it 35?
Were you 35?
I think it was 35.
I'll go back
Yeah,
in the
you
video. Yeah, I'll put it on the screen right now.
Seems like a while ago. All right, let's see.
All right, what are you at?
24.8.
24.8?
So
10
just-
pounds.
But just below what you started at.
Oh, that's funny. All right. And I've got full water too, so this will be good. A good test.
20.1.
Nice. I didn't eat all my food.
So I shed 10 and you shed 5.
I shed 5. That's interesting.
Yeah.
How does that work out? You just
Barely
you ate a lot. Well, I can't even begin to mentally unpack this trip. Well done, sir. Thank you for, you kind of were the guide there with the GPS. This was probably the best backpacking I've ever done. Probably for you too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely prettiest. I still need time to like mentally unpack the last 4 days, but the High Sierra Camp Loop in Yosemite, absolutely incredible, worth getting a permit for, and just all around view after view after view. So that's it for this trip. Second edition of Schill Brothers-in-Law Outdoor in the books.
That's right.